you feel heavy, you feel really heavy, and I have no words how much painful and how much stressful it can be. So please do this activity with your things, declutter the things, declutter everything around you, and that way you are going to declutter your mind, because decluttering your mind is as important as cleaning the space. मतलब इमोशनल क्लिनजिंग बोलते हैं इसको. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ruchi and this is a new video, new episode where I am going to talk about attachments, detachments and the issues which all of us face because of those things, because they are really dangerous. They actually stop you to grow ahead, to move ahead in your life and to evolve. That is what is the main purpose, because we all are here to evolve, to be happy, to feel lighter and to feel good every day. And when you are actually attached or very strongly attached to the things which are not serving any purpose in your life, you just can't let that go. That is a big problem. So okay, number one, why are people actually attached to things like old clothes and the things which are actually not in you? You will see people, I have some people in my closest circle, family and all, where people are so attached to their old clothes. Old as in, I'm not saying that clothes which are like one or two which you keep sometimes for a memory, it's okay, you love them and all, but the pile of clothes, there are so many clothes, they just have it and they just don't want to give it to anybody. They are neither giving it to anybody to wear it so that it can be used, nor they are using it themselves year after year. So they are just piling it on. When you pile on things and it's of no use, it has no value in your life. No value se mera matlab hai ki when you are not using something, it is obviously not adding any value. You're just having it like a clutter. Okay, so you are having a clutter in your almirah says a lot about you, says a lot about your mind, because when you are having a clutter in your almirah, when you are having a clutter in your phone, you have a clutter in your head as well. Okay, so you need to accept it. Like, there are a lot of people, the same people, I would say, they have a problem. They will not erase the things from their phone, they will not shift the things from their phone, or maybe they have pictures, they have messages in their phone, and they are so old, very old. I'm not again talking about one particular message or two. There could be one or two things which you want to keep as a memory. That is okay. But if you have full lot of things, which is just filling your phone, and it has no meaning, because neither you are using it, you're not using those messages, you're not using those photographs, obviously, because everything is not like that. Even to the extent, I have seen people that we create all these WhatsApp groups. Sometimes we create it for like some particular purpose, and then they will not even go and erase those groups. They don't want to erase the group, they don't want to leave the group, even if it is not serving any purpose currently. When I ask them, sometimes I felt very surprised, because I kind of try to understand why somebody is doing a certain thing, and it should be understandable, right? So I asked, and they had no reason. It's just the simple thing that I don't want to do it, or I don't like to do it. But I can further ask that क्यों पसंद नहीं है. अगर वो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है, या अगर वो मैसेजेस हैं, या अगर वो कोई फोटोग्राफ्स हैं, एंड इट इज़ लाइंग इन योर फोन, जिसका आपको कोई यूज़ नहीं आ रहा है, दिनों दिन, सालों साल, महीनों महीने आपको कोई यूज़ नहीं आ रहा है, बट स्टिल वाई यू डोंट वांट टू रेज. कोई आंसर नहीं इस बात का, कोई जवाब नहीं, सिर्फ एक ही जवाब है कि आई डोंट वांट टू डू इट, एंड दैट्स नॉट अ गुड इनफ रीज़न. प्रोबेबली या तो वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना चाहते हैं, या वो जानते ही नहीं हैं, या दे डोंट वांट टू गो इन डीप एंड अंडरस्टैंड कि वो ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं. बट इट इज़ सो मच इम्पॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज एक्चुअली इट इज़ एन अटैचमेंट, एंड इट इज़ अ very strong attachment they have with everything around them, and it is actually somewhere related with a very strong and big thing. Because I will tell you, if you dig out, if you go in deep, they have some problem currently going in their life, either, or something from the past which they don't want to get over. That is the reason sometimes people like to have such things कि क्या होता है, आपकी साइकोलॉजी ऐसे काम करती है कि यार कुछ चीज़ों पे तो आपका कंट्रोल नहीं है, बट कुछ चीज़ों पे है, राइट? जैसे अगर आप अपने कपड़े हैं, आपके कपड़ों पे आपका कंट्रोल है, आपकी मैसेजेस हैं, आपके फ़ोन में जो भी आप सामान रखना चाहो रख सकते हो, कोई कुछ नहीं करेगा उसमें, आपका नोबडी कैन डू एनीथिंग, यू हैव अ कंट्रोल देयर. सो व्हेन यू वांट टू कंट्रोल समथिंग एल्स बट यू आर नॉट एबल टू कंट्रोल इट, सो यू वांट टू कंट्रोल समथिंग विच यू कैन कंट्रोल, राइट? But it is a disorder. Understand, it is a problem, a very big problem, which you need to understand and get over it. So because just piling on things is never going to help you. Just imagine क्या होने वाला है, आप नया कुछ नहीं, आप नया जो आपने पाइल ऑन कर रखी चीज़ें वो आपकी जगह भी स्टक है, आपका नया सामान नहीं आ सकता वहाँ पे. इट इज़ काइंड ऑफ अ क्लटर फॉर यू. इवन इन योर फोन यू कांट क्रिएट न्यू मेमोरीज, यू कांट मूव ऑन. आई डू यू नीड टू गेट रिड ऑफ दिस थिंग इज बिकॉज you need to refresh yourself. You need to understand the fact of life, the reality of life, that you are just giving power, these things जिसको आप जाने नहीं दे रहे हो, जिसके साथ आपने स्ट्रॉन्ग सा अटैचमेंट कर रखा है, जो भली छोटी छोटी सी चीज़ें हो, मैसेजेस हो, मेमोरीज हो, लाइक विच आर एक्चुअली नॉट सर्विंग एनी पर्पज. नॉट सर्विंग अ पर्पज मीन्स क्या होता है? They are not actually adding any value in your life. Okay, and things which are not adding any value, they are as good as nothing in your life, but still you don't want to let it go, and you actually giving those things power to control you, to control your life. Just imagine that, if you are giving power to things like that, obviously you are also giving power to wrong kind of people and wrong kind of memories in your life. So it is very harmful for your mental health. It is very harmful for you, your growth, and your happiness actually. Because when you have attachment issues, when you have like you can't just let the things go, you just don't want to accept the truth of life. Because see, ये भी एक सच है, आपको ये एक्सेप्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि ये चीज़ मेरे काम की नहीं है, इसका मुझे अभी कोई यूज़ नहीं आता है. आप इस बात को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे हो, क्योंकि जिस दिन आप इस बात को एक्सेप्ट कर लोगे, यू विल लेट इट गो, यू विल गिव इट ऑफ टू समबडी. या तो आप किसी को यूज़ करने के लिए दे दोगे, या तो आप उसके से यू विल जस्ट गेट रिड ऑफ दैट थिंग. ओके, क्योंकि वो आपके किसी काम में नहीं आ रही, आपके लिए वो सिर्फ एक क्लटर है. सेम वे आपके फ़ोन में अगर मैसेजेस पड़े हैं, आपके फ़ोन में कोई ग्रुप बना हुआ रखा है विच इज़ ऑफ नो यूज़ टू यू, आप उसको डिलीट करोगे और आगे बढ़ोगे, क्योंकि आपको ये पता है कि इसका कोई यूज़ नहीं है. मे बी इफ़ यू थिंक दैट इट इज़ गोइंग टू be useful some other time, you can always go and create it, right? You don't have to be stuck. आप जब किसी ऐसी चीज़ पे stuck रहते हो for days, months or years, you are actually just letting that thing control you. You're just letting that thing or giving that thing a power over you. And it is so dangerous to give anything so much power over you, because it is harmful, and it is you will hold on to your, like, you can't be happy. Okay, you are creating weight for yourself. आप इमोशनल वेट, इमोशनल बैगेज क्रिएट कर रहे हो. इमोशनल बैगेज यही होता है जब हम इस तरह की चीज़ों के साथ अटैचमेंट रखते हैं और उस अटैचमेंट को हम जाने नहीं देते हैं, एंड इट इज़ not a positive thing for your mental health at all. It is a very negative thing, and you need to be truthful, you need to be practical, you need to be acceptable, you need to accept it actually. Such people also have a problem in relationships, because they are just holding on to the relationships. I'll tell you what, so many times, what happens, people have their own imagination of relationship, people have their own fantasies. It is a human thing to have fantasy, okay? So many times when there are two people involved in a relationship, but one person is just going as per their fantasy, they just have imagined things, they just have created things in their head that, okay, it has to be like that and it should be like that. Now they don't want to accept the reality that in reality it is not happening. There is a possibility that when you were in some relationship and that relationship is no more existing, it is not even adding value, but you are living in your dream because you have a fantasy and you want to just believe in that. That is also an attachment now, because you have attachment to your old memory. Sometime, it could have happened, but right now it is not happening like that, and you have to go ahead and you have to move on. If you don't move on, you're just spoiling your life and time. Even if somebody sits on your face, and you can either, if somebody is clarifying on your face that that person does not like you anymore, or you can sense it that the person does not like you that way, same way, the things are not the same, the relationship is not the same, and it is not adding any value in your life. Rather, it is when relationships don't add value in your life, they actually become toxic, they actually become a problem, a big problem in your life. And if you don't accept it, you are actually ruining your mental health like anything, because you are living in your imaginations, you are living in an unacceptable world, you are living in something which is not happening, which is not going to happen. And you have a problem that you're somewhere waiting, you are in a dream that this is going to happen today, tomorrow, whenever, but you have a expectation कि ये होगा, और इसी के कारण आप उन चीज़ों को होल्ड ऑन करके रखते हो. यू कैन नॉट मेक पीपल act or behave. People change, so many times people don't find good enough reason that ऐसा क्यों हो गया, या मैंने ऐसा सोचा था, या कल ऐसा था, आज ऐसा क्यों है. आज ऐसा है because that is the truth of life and people change. Everybody changes. Why are they changing? And what made them change? That is all a different subject. But yes, people change and we all have to accept. That is the reason, it is said, and it is the reality, that so many times in your life, some people have some, like, like they are for the time period. They're not forever. All your relationships are not forever. Okay, so there are some relationships which are for time being. They are there to teach you something, maybe, or they were there for that particular purpose. That purpose may be not known to you right now, or maybe not understandable to you. God knows it, and God sends, sometime God sends people in your life to be, like, there for some time, and then you have to move on as things are showing you, as life is showing you, and you are experiencing things. You have to accept and let go. The people who hold on to attachments and memories, they hold on to attachment to these things, like things which are not serving purpose, memories, people, relationships, or even places. Sometimes they don't want to see that they are not even growing in a particular situation. They can see that, they can feel that nothing is happening, it is not adding value, but they still want to remain in the same place, which is of course very toxic for themselves. They are doing something wrong with themselves. They are toxic to themselves actually, and they have to accept it. Another thing is, these people also find, they think they have very low self esteem. They have some kind of problem, self image problem. They are just not ready to accept. They think that उनका जो सब कुछ है वो उस चीज़ पे या उस रिलेशन पे या जिस चीज़ से वो अटैचमेंट ले रहे हैं ना, या कर रहे हैं ना, उस पर डिपेंड करता है. उनको लगता है उनकी सारी खुशियाँ, उनकी ज़िंदगी पूरी उस चीज़ पे डिपेंडेंट है. ऐसा नहीं है. Nobody has life like that. Nobody. Life is very big. It's a vast world. There are so many things in this world. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि किसी की भी लाइफ किसी एक चीज़ पे या चार चीज़ों पे या किसी एक रिलेशन या दो रिलेशन पे डिपेंडेंट होती है. नो, इट डजंट हैपन लाइक दैट. प्लीज बिलीव इन दिस एंड एक्सेप्ट दिस रियलिटी एंड गेट आउट ऑफ इट. योर हैप्पीनेस, you can always create happiness. You are so much engrossed in that thing कि you are not letting it go. So यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ऐसा नहीं होता है. और आपका जो माइंड सेट है, यू नीड टू रियली शिफ्ट दैट, यू नीड टू रियली ट्रांसफॉर्म दैट, बिकॉज यू आर हियर टू बी हैप्पी, यू आर हियर टू मेक relationships, you are here to enjoy your life, and it is just not possible that your life was meant for somewhat one relation, one person, or some certain set of things. No, it doesn't happen like that. Until you don't let those things go, you won't let new things come, and you won't let yourself experience new things and new, happiness and a new life. It's you are the reason for your happiness. As long as you believe in yourself, as long as you are with yourself, you will be happy. There is no other person on whom or for which, like, you are dependent on that. You are never dependent on anybody. You are never dependent on any particular thing. You are just dependent on yourself. So you have to be that way, that you are dependent on yourself, and you can create anything, whatever you want and whenever you want. Let's talk about how you can get rid of it. What is the procedure? Basically, it's a very simple thing. First of all, you need to accept the reality. You need to accept the fact. If you are still confused, you can just write down. Just there has to be, I'm like, if there is anything which is months older also, and you're just holding on to it for no reason, it is, you can see that current life में आपको उस चीज़ का कोई use आ रहा है क्या? Is there any usage? Is there anything which that thing is adding on in a positive way? Of course, people can still say कि हाँ मैं जाकर वो memory को check करती हूँ तो that is the use. But no, I'm talking about the positive usage. क्या वो चीज़ आपको happiness दे रही है? क्या वो चीज़ आपको किसी तरह का कोई motivation दे रही है, कोई purpose दे रही है, कोई भी value add कर रही है आपकी life में? अगर ऐसी चीज़ें आपकी life में हैं जिससे आप attached हो, तो आपको ये accept करके उन चीज़ों को अपनी life से delete करने की ज़रूरत है. If it is about the pictures in your phone, you need to just erase them. And or if that is something like you don't want to erase, if it's your personal picture and it is not having any negative effect on you, you can still save it somewhere else, but please keep your phone empty. Sometimes even your own older pictures remind you of certain things which is not good, and which may be like pulling you back again and again. So that is why, please, pictures which are very old and which are having no use in your life, you should just remove them. Messages, very old messages, maybe they remind you of certain things, you should get rid of them. It is very important. Just go sit and delete those messages. Any older screenshots or anything which is relating with old you which does not exist anymore, तो आपको वो सब delete करना चाहिए. अगर आपके पास कपड़े हैं, please donate them. whatever you want to do, you want to donate, you want to sell, or whatever you want to do, you do that, but get rid of those things. It is like decluttering. I am telling you, the moment you start decluttering, ये सब आपके कंट्रोल का है. ओके तो आप जैसे जैसे चीज़ों से गेट रिड करोगे, जैसे जैसे आप चीज़ों से डीक्लटर करोगे ना, आपकी मेमोरीज पे भी उसका बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग इफेक्ट होता है. यू विल सी दैट हाउ यू आर डीक्लटरिंग योर माइंड, बिकॉज यू आर एक्चुअली गिविंग सिग्नल्स, यू आर गिविंग मैसेजेस टू योर माइंड के हो गया, इट्स डन, आई एम नॉट यूजिंग इट, इट्स ऑफ नो यूज़. तो जिस तरह का आप अपनी चीज़ों के साथ बिहेव करते हो ना, उस तरह का आप लाइफस्टाइल भी रखते हो, उस तरह से आप लोगों के साथ भी बिहेव करते हो. सो ग्रेजुअली यू आर मेकिंग योर सेल्फ टू एक्सेप्ट इट दैट ओके, दिस relationship probably or this person is now not adding value to my life and I have to get rid of this thing. I have to move on in my life, and you will accept it and you will do it. And anything which is related with your that relationship, it can be memory, it can be anything. For the moment, you if it is holding you back, if it is not existing in a positive way, you must delete it, you must erase it, whether these are messages, these are contact numbers, anything, anything which relates, which reminds you of that thing, you should just erase them all. And trust me, once you will do this thing, वो जब वी मैट मूवी, you remember the moment they, वो बोलती है बच्चों जैसा act है, but do it. I hope everybody must be knowing this movie, that how breakup ke baad she makes Shahid, the hero, to tear the photograph of ex-girlfriend and throw it off. And the moment he throws it off, he says, I am feeling better. So why somebody feels better when you just get rid of something which is adding pain or adding no value? Because it definitely has a very strong effect on your head, in your psychology, and that's what matters, because that is very important for your mental health. So you are actually giving message to your माइंड कि ये हो गया, नाउ आई हैव टू मूव ऑन, एंड आप अपना इमोशनल बैगेज रिड्यूस कर रहे हो, आप धीरे धीरे मूव ऑन कर रहे हो. और ये आपका पहला स्टेप हो सकता है टू एलिवेट, to get rid of those attachments. I would also say, if you are at a place, for whatever reason, for your work, for you're living at a place which is not serving you much, because aapko it's not providing you anything to grow, or it's not making you or helping you to evolve, like no addition, again no value addition, you must think of even leaving the place or shifting from the place, or going somewhere else from that place. So wherever, whatever, कोई सी भी चीज़ है, कोई भी इंसान है, कोई भी रिलेशनशिप है, अंडरस्टैंड करिए, एक्सेप्ट करिए. रियल लाइफ यही है. एंड दिस इज़ आपका जो भी लर्निंग है, आपकी अगर कुछ पॉजिटिव मेमोरीज है, यू कैन ऑलवेज कीप देम. नोबडी कैन टेक अवे दैट गुड पार्ट ऑफ इट एंड पॉजिटिव पार्ट ऑफ इट. बट रियल थिंग इज़ दैट कि जो सच है उसको आपको एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा. इन योर हेड यू कैन हैव एनी इमेजिनेशन, बट दैट विल नॉट मेक इट ट्रू, especially when it is about other people, because you cannot control other people, you can just control yourself. So what you can do the best to yourself is moving on with the right kind of attitude, and that's what it's all about. So I'm very sure this is something very, very workable if you are somebody who's holding on, or who's just carrying the baggage and not able to move on. You feel heavy, you feel really heavy, and I have no words how much painful and how much stressful it can be. So please do this activity with your things, declutter the things, declutter everything around you, and that way you are going to declutter your mind, because decluttering your mind is as important as cleaning the space. मतलब इमोशनल क्लिनजिंग बोलते हैं इसको, और इमोशनल क्लिनजिंग एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ होती है. इमोशनल क्लिनजिंग से यू एक्चुअली हेल्प योर सेल्फ, एंड इसको बोलते हैं अपने माइंड, अपने मेंटल हेल्थ का ध्यान रखना. जिस तरह से हमें फिजिकल हेल्थ का ध्यान रखने की बहुत ज़रूरत है, उसी तरह से हमें अपने मेंटल हेल्थ का ध्यान रखने की बहुत ज़रूरत है. एंड दिस इज़ गोइंग टू बी really helpful to you. So that's all for this video. Take care. Love you. See you soon.